crash.
Meanwhile, when it comes to railroad safety, there is another big concern that some lawmakers want to have addressed, and that's the issue of fatigue. Joining us to talk about that live from Capitol Hill this morning, D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, who serves on the House Highways and Transit Subcommittee. Good morning, Delegate. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
So we talk so much, we don't know what exactly caused the crash yet. That's still under investigation, but you have been very vocal in the past on the Hill and in committee when it comes to trying to combat fatigue when it comes to our railroads.
Yeah, we do not know the cause of this accident. We do know this, that the National Transportation Safety Board has said that if it had had positive train control, that new apparatus that is only available on 50 miles of the service from Washington to New York, if it had had that, this accident could have been avoided. We also must have on the table whether fatigue is a major cause of issues with train accidents today, certainly after March, when Amtrak put into effect 12-hour days and shortened layovers. Now, I wrote Amtrak and asked them to now stand down before they put any more of these longer trips, shortened layoffs into effect on the Northeast Corridor. I haven't heard back from them. I asked them not to do it in the first place. We don't know if fatigue was a cause of the accident here. We do know that that safety board regulations have been changed by this 12-hour day shifts, layoffs. And on the table must be not only positive train control, but fatigue and whether or not these longer days and shorter layoffs had an effect on this accident, and for that matter, perhaps other accidents to come, unless Amtrak stands down now until after the investigation on these longer trips for our engineers.
Let's get back to that issue of the positive train control, Delegate, and keeping in mind that we don't know at this point what may have caused this crash, but there are some in the House who disagree with you completely and say if in fact this was human error, why should we spend more money on putting these controls into place? How confident are you that you could get money from the federal government to put more of these controls in place?
What we know is that the president fully funded in his budget, and the Republican House Appropriation Subcommittee, literally the day after the accident, cut $251 million, including the money that the president had appropriated for positive train control. Remember, we're supposed to get that on Amtrak. We're supposed to get that on all passenger trains, and we're supposed to get it on Class 1 freight. How are we going to get it without money if it's mandated? It's mandated here for Amtrak by the 30th of December. It may be mandated for all the rest by then, but they certainly won't make it if Congress doesn't appropriate the funds.
So what can be done in the meantime, then, as far as pushing through now to see if you can get that reversed?
Yes, what we're going to do now at the House, at the full committee level, is to try to get that reversed. We do have the Senate to go, and they haven't spoken yet, and we hope that the accident has spoken to them, and that they will replace the money that's been cut from the president's budget for positive train control. We're way behind. There have been almost 150 accidents where positive train control could have, in fact, avoided the accident since 1969. Since 1990, the National Transportation Safety Board has been asking for the installation of positive train control. We're so far behind after these accidents. This accident, the one in the Bronx, several months ago, how could we not put the money in to save lives?
Certainly the attention is there, no doubt about it. I know you have a long way to go, Delegate. Always good to talk to you, though, this morning. Best wishes as you continue that battle in Congress.
My pleasure.